Have mercy, Father, because I have sinned. I have done many terrible things that I am not proud of, and I deeply regret them." These were my exact words as I knelt outside the confessional. For someone who was not a Christian, I didn't think God would answer my prayer. I had never even thought He existed until the previous day. "I've wasted many souls," I gulped, contemplating whether telling this man was the right thing to do. "Many souls, and I humbly regret," I said remorsefully, preparing myself to bear whatever came next. I wasn't born a killer. In fact, I used to be a very sweet boy. The world had turned me cold, and I was left on the streets to fend for myself. The outside world was not as it appeared. I was at the mercy of whatever I could find on the streets until a man picked me up. He appeared good at the time, and I thought I had found my savior. But he wasn't my saving grace. He was the antithesis of what a Samaritan could be called, a monster disguised as a sheep. His heart was cold, very cold, and full of darkness. He was merciless, a sworn partner of the underworld prince who tortured people for fun. Men, women, and even children who knew nothing. These were all people who had committed no crimes that warranted the death penalty. I tried to flee several times, but he always managed to reclaim me. He was a madman, a demented beast who spent his days sawing people in half. I soon became a part of his activities, abducting people and using them as we pleased. We gave each of our victims a slow, painful death, ensuring that they suffered before entering the great beyond. We were highly possessed. It was how mad we were and how delusional. Not a single person could tell what we did. Even the cops could not identify us. We appeared charming in society, but were ruthless in our blood. One could liken us to beasts, manslaughterers, and even organ harvesters. The latter was also part of the job. We sold every organ we claimed and profited handsomely, but we could not brag about our wealth because of the horrible life we lived. I didn't know when my tears dropped. I'd finished recounting my ordeal. I bet the Reverend Father was surprised. My confession must have shaken him to the core. A heavy load was lifted off of me, and I felt a sense of inner peace. At the very least, I was going to pay for my sins, comforted by the knowledge that I had told the world what I had done. I was prepared to face the law. I didn't want to be a vagabond anymore, so I waited for the cops to come. My atrocities were enormous, and I never imagined God would forgive me for shedding innocent blood. Just then, a light shone on me, and I looked intently, completely perplexed. The cries of the restless spirits that followed me everywhere had stopped. They had vanished. I cried bitter tears, hoping for salvation, but I knew there was no escaping this. I was going to pay dearly for my sins.